morning, dear children. Welcome back to geography class. So in the last class we have started the new lesson agriculture. So today we are continuing with that. So agriculture is the primary activity. It includes not only cultivation, that means extraction and production of natural resources are also included. Then cropping different types, growing different types of crops, then fishing, gathering, all are examples of primary activity. So agriculture as the primary activity, it is including growing crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, then cattle rearing, livestock, etc. Okay, so in the world, 50% of the persons are engaged in agricultural activity. And in the last class, I mentioned that two-thirds of India's population is also still dependent on agriculture. Okay, so let us check what are the important places all over the world which is practicing agriculture. So in the map you can see the places where people are practicing agriculture, growing different types of crops. So favorable conditions are necessary for agricultural activity, like good soil means fertile soil, then adequate or favorable climatic conditions, etc. are very essential for agriculture. So the land on which the crops are grown is known as arable land. Okay, so you can see the green patches on this map which represents the arable land, world distribution of arable land, and you can see almost all the places in our country is engaged in agriculture, or the places are under different types of crops. The people are cultivating different types of crops, not only rice and wheat, or some other crops are there, like fiber crops like cotton, jute, etc. Then cash crops like rubber, then sugar cane, then different types of spices, then beverage crops like coffee, tea, etc. Okay, so these are different types of crops which are grown in different areas in our country. Okay, so in the map you can see that agricultural activity is concentrated in those regions of the world where suitable factors for the growing of crops exist. That means availability of water, fertile soil, adequate amount of labor, that means adequate labor supply. Then capital is also essential. Capital means money, so that is through which the farmers can access this good amount of good variety of seeds, that means high yielding variety seeds, then fertilizers, pesticides, then machineries, that means tools, etc. Okay, so that is the agricultural scenario over the world. Okay, so next we are going to another topic, that is farm system. Okay, so agriculture or farming can be looked at as a system. The important inputs here needed are so many, like seeds, fertilizers, machineries, then technology, then labor. Then not only these, there are some physical inputs also, means favorable physical conditions. Okay, so let us check which are the inputs needed for the different types of agriculture. Okay. So here you can see the farm system of an arable land and physical and human farm inputs. Okay, so in the first picture, the inputs like machinery, then good seeds, high yielding variety of seeds, then pesticides, that means chemicals, means fertilizers, pesticide, insecticides, etc. All these are inputs. Then there are so many processes involved in agriculture, like uh, this plowing, sowing, spraying, weeding, harvesting. All these processes are involved in agriculture. Then what is the output? Yes, crops, different types of crops. Okay, then in the second picture you can see the physical inputs like sunshine, temperature, then slope of the land, fertility of the soil, amount of rainfall received. All that are physical inputs. That means humans cannot control these physical inputs. Okay, not only these physical inputs are essential for cultivation, there are some human inputs like storage. Means after the cultivation, after the harvest, there should be a good condition for storing these crops. Okay, then labor means people, human resources. Then machinery means tools used in agriculture. Then chemicals means fertilizers, insecticides, then pesticides, etc. So all these are essential things involved in the agriculture field, means in cultivating different types of crops. So there are different types of farming. That means farming is different in different areas of the world. Farming is practiced in various ways across the world. So depending on the inputs, that means physical or human, the farming can be classified into mainly two types. Okay, let us check which are the two types of farming. Here you can see the two types of farming. So depending on geographic conditions, demand of produce means crops, labor and level of technology, farming can be divided into two main types. So subsistence farming and commercial farming. These are the two types of farming practiced all over the world. Subsistence means yes, the agricultural production is done to meet the needs of the farmer's family itself. There is no surplus agricultural crops to sell in the market. Okay, so that is what is called subsistence farming. Then commercial farming means, yes, from the name itself, you got the idea. What is some commercial farming? Yes, agriculture or farming or cultivation is done for selling in the market. Okay, so these are the two main types of farming. So let us check one by one in detail. So in subsistence type of farming, traditionally low levels of technology and household labor are used to produce on small output. Means the field is also very small. A piece of land is there for the cultivation and the household labor means the farmer and his family members are engaged in agriculture, means cropping, growing different crops for their own needs. Okay, to meet their own needs, for their own purpose they are growing different types of crops. Okay, then this type of farming again can be classified into two, that is intensive subsistence and primitive subsistence farming. Okay, so subsistence farming, in a single sentence we can say that yes, it is practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family. The level of technology is very low, then laborers are mainly from the farmer's family itself. So there are two types of subsistence farming: intensive subsistence and primitive subsistence. Okay, so the first type of subsistence farming is intensive subsistence farming. Okay, so in intensive subsistence farming, the farmer cultivates a small plot of land using simple tools. Okay, the area under cultivation is very small. Okay, and he uses simple tools like hoe or plow, etc. Okay, then climate with large number of days with sunshine and fertile soils permit growing of more than one crop annually on the same plot. That means more than one crop is cultivated in that small piece of land. Okay, and also one important thing, more labor is required for intensive subsistence farming. Means he want to produce more crops from that small plot of land. Okay, so this type of farming is practiced in thickly populated areas of like the regions like Southeast and Southeast Asia. Okay, then the farmers there grows crops like wheat, then maize, pulses, and oil seeds. So these are the different varieties of crops cultivated in intensive subsistence farming. So the plot is very small. The farmers use simple tools. More labor is required. Then it produces more than one crop annually. Then it is practiced mainly in thickly populated areas, regions like South, Southeast and East Asia. So that is the first type of subsistence farming, intensive subsistence. Okay, then second type of subsistence farming is primitive subsistence. In this particular type of agriculture, there are two types. That means shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. So let us check what is this. So shifting cultivation means slash and burn cultivation. It is also known as slash and burn cultivation. That means the farmers or the people there, it is practiced mainly in hilly region or in mountainous region or in forested region. Okay, so the people find a place and they cut down all the vegetation there and they leave it for 2 3 weeks. Then after that they come back and burn these dry leaves. Okay, so the ash is very essential. That is increasing the fertility of the soil, and they began to crop different types of grains or something like that, food items, some there. So after some days, means after some months, the fertility of the soil began to decrease. Then they abandoned that particular area and find out a new land. Okay, that is what is called shifting cultivation, and it is known in different names. In India, especially in northeast India, it is known as jhuming. Okay, jhuming is the name given to slash and burn agriculture or shifting cultivation in India. Okay, and in Mexico, it is known by the name milpa. Okay, in Brazil, another name is given to this, that is roca. And in Malaysia, it is known by ladang, not Ladakh, ladang. Okay, so these are the different names given to slash and burn agriculture over the world. So it is practiced in thickly forested areas. Then in the world, we can say it is seen in Amazon basin in South America, then tropical Africa, that is Congo basin. These are thickly forested area. Even during the afternoon, during the noon, the sun shines, the sunlight is not reaching the earth's surface. That is, that much of thick vegetation is there. Okay, then parts of Southeast Asia and Northeast India. These are the areas of heavy rainfall and quick regeneration of vegetation. So, due to high rainfall, uh, the vegetation is very high there. Okay, a plot of land is cleared by felling the trees and burning them. The ashes are then mixed with the soil, and crops like maize, yam, potatoes, then cassava or tapioca are grown there. Then after the soil loses the fertility, the land is abandoned and the cultivator moves to a new plot. Okay, that is what is called shifting cultivation. It is known by different names. It is also known as slash and burn cultivation or agriculture, and over the world it is known by different names. That means in Northeast India it is known as jhumi, in Mexico it is known as milpa, then in Brazil it is known as roca, and in Malaysia it is known as ladang. Okay, so that is what is called shifting cultivation. It is a type of primitive subsistence farming. Okay, the next one among the primitive subsistence farming is nomadic herding. From the name itself you got that what it is. Okay, in this type of farming, yes, the people or the herdsman move from one place to another with their animals for fodder and water along defined routes. This type of movement arises in response to climatic constraints and terrain. Okay, different animals like sheep, camel, yak, and goats are most commonly reared. Okay, and the animals they provide the farmers with milk, meat, wool, hides, and some other products and their to the farmer and his family. Okay, so different animals are reared in this particular type of primitive uh, cultivation, primitive subsistence agriculture, that is nomadic herding, rearing different animals. And this is practiced in the semi-arid and arid regions like Sahara in Africa, then in Central Asia, then in some parts like in India like Rajasthan, Jammu Kashmir, etc. Okay, that is nomadic herding. These are the two types of primitive subsistence agriculture. Okay, so I am winding up here, sorry. In the next class we could continue with this particular topic. The continuation will be there. Please go through the textbook. You can read the textbook. If you find any difficulty, you please contact me. Okay, dear children. Okay, thank you.